So we got some Frogan updates here to unpack. It'll be pretty amusing. So there's this guy, Caleb Hammer, who claims to have like one of the top financial podcasts. And he's been talking about like the Frogan stuff. We can see here, Caleb Hammer offers to match Asmongold's $10,000 charity donation for Frogan to appear on Financial Audit, his podcast, or give her $5,000 personally. And of course, when I say he's talking about the Frogan stuff, I'm referring to Frogan recently like breaking down on stream, crying about not making enough money, and then getting criticism for spending like $200 on her nails for both hands and stuff like that, you know, stuff that this financial podcaster would be interested in having a discussion with her about and trying to help her improve the situation. Except Frogan didn't like the idea very much at all. She actually seems to be offended by the concept and responded to the offer in this long tweet, which Caleb Hammer also responded to. But you can see Frogan's even saying like he's just going to degrade her or something, saying, I don't need a YouTube financial advisor to try to degrade me for content since that's what's popular. Let me clear a few things up. And Frogan goes on to say things like, I wasn't crying to my audience for money. I had a normal reaction to what a friend said when they called in. Yeah, no, maybe a normal reaction for her, but it really came off like she was just trying to bait sympathy, you know, like try to gaslight her viewers into sending money. She then goes on to make 3 more paragraphs that essentially just boil down to her making a lot of excuses and taking no accountability at all. And then she closes with this. So no, I will not be coming onto your show. I have seen your content and it doesn't align with what I'm experiencing. As a fellow content creator, I hope you understand how the complexities of this career path can affect someone's financial situation and how it has no place to be discussed on your show. But please don't stop yourself from donating to charity on my behalf. She would then get called out all across the replies and quote tweets. We'll take a look at that in a second. But first, let's go to the response from Caleb Hammer. He quotes where Frogan says, try to degrade me. And he goes on to say, I've clearly noted that I will not talk about anything you don't want to. Saying stream income has no place on my show, yet I've had higher earning streamers on the show. I legit wish you nothing but the best, but I wish we could have had a genuine chat. Going back to Frogan's tweet, we can see the direct responses are not going so well for her there either. As mentioned, for example, we got Madam Savvy here saying, all this complaining and you could be submitting that empty resume. Cry more. Your own friends call you out. Cinna even called you out. We also got Asmongold chiming in here saying, the only thing wrongful about your ban is that it wasn't permanent. Frogan once told Ludwig, who was going to donate $10,000 to Palestinian relief, to keep his money, and then called him a cracker. Also, let's not forget this classic. So I actually have not seen the clip of Frogan like shaming Ludwig for that donation, and I looked it up, and one of the first things to pop up was actually an Asmon clip video going over that and showing what Frogan said on her stream. And Frogan comes off so terrible in this clip, it's actually crazy. Like, I wasn't initially planning on including a 3-minute Asmon clip video in this video, but Frogan, bro, you gotta see this. If you haven't seen this, I'm just gonna stop talking and play the clip for you. It's so bad.
Unhinged take on Ludwig's 10K donation. Doesn't this fall under Twitch's hate speech policy? What is this?
I find ultimately, like, if I were to do a charity thing where the charity thing relies on your donations, it should be something where like 95% of people feel good and are down for it. And like ultimately, regardless of what you think, that is not the situation here. So I personally donated 10K because I think it is worthwhile. And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate, but I won't throw it on you. You know what I mean? No thanks. And some people are going to say that, you know what I mean? That's why it's the difference.
This is a cracker take.
Between like, hey, I can put my money where my mouth is, but I don't need to put your money there. I don't need to enter a fucking debate about whether that's worthwhile.
Take. Hey, I know Arabs are dying, but you know, I'm not gonna tell you to donate. Do whatever you want.
Well, this is why Ludwig does that. He just doesn't want to have any. He doesn't want to start any trouble. She dumb. She's probably gonna get suspended for this. She should get suspended for it.
Thinking about it, like you think of the Twitch streamers that haven't said shit about Palestine.
So here's the thing, right? Is like, and this is another thing that I think is very annoying to a lot of people. Is this girl is sitting here with a few hundred viewers trying to raise money for her rent, and then Ludwig donates $10,000 to the cause that she agrees with, and she calls him a cracker. Come on, man. What the fuck are you doing?
Where were you 7 fucking months ago? The only Twitch streamers that actively talked about what was happening in October have been Hassan, me.
Okay.
Streamers actually deserve to be fucking shit talked. Okay.
Why do you do this? What is your end goal? You're making everything worse. You're hurting the cause. You're being a racist. Where's the upside here?
Like I said, white saviors is like, oh yeah, you know, me, I donated $10,000, but I'm not gonna promote it.
Do you want him to give the money back? Ludwig has always been a professional guy. I haven't heard of really any bad stuff about Ludwig, and he doesn't want to get shit on for weeks from people on the internet. And it's not just this issue, it's all these issues.
Don't say you donated $10,000 then. Look, if you're not actively believing, if you don't believe in the cause, and if you're not against genocide at this point, like, keep your fucking money. Keep your $10,000.
I'm sure that's very easy to say while she's sitting in her home, and where's she living, like Los Angeles or something, California? It's like, I'm sure the Palestinians really appreciate that.
Yeah, she'll sit there being the most performative activist around, acting like she cares about this issue, but then someone offers to donate $10,000 and even signal boost the charity to their chat, but it wasn't enough because he didn't like try to force his chat into donating money. And then she goes on to call the $10,000 chump change and tells Ludwig to just keep the chump change. Again, as she's just being a useless performative activist.
What are you doing? Like, why? I don't understand how these people don't understand that all this is gonna do is make more people hate them.
Keep your little chump change. Like, the fuck?
Chump change? It's $10,000. What are you're trying to raise $1,400 and $10,000 is chump change. Then what are you? Why you do this? Why are you doing this? I don't understand.
Like, what do you want? Do you want me to say like congratulations?
These sort of people will literally get mad at anime fans and gamers for quote unquote like trying to gatekeep stuff away from people like her. But she's going to sit here and like try to gatekeep who can donate money, who should donate money to a Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. As she again like pretends like she really cares about this topic. That's crazy, bro. Like, gatekeeping can be a good thing in relation to like entertainment mediums and stuff, but she's literally trying to gatekeep sending charity to Palestine. Oh my gosh. The one thing Frogan's not wrong about is that those white savior types can be really fake and obnoxious, but that's really funny coming from her. It's like a friendly fire moment. It's like, bro, those are your people. And then of course, since that clip though, Ludwig himself has like become even more spineless. He's become like more notorious as Jellywig. And he's trying even harder to appeal to people like Frogan and the LA streamer clique. So that's amusing is what I was going to say there, but I cut the clip a little too early. Anyways, moving on. So Frogan responds to Asmongold, but there was one more clip to take a look at, which was the Notorious veteran PTSD one that Asmongold linked here. So for anyone who didn't see this, we'll play this next. This one's only like a minute long.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers. Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. U.S. military? Boo fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
And then she just goes back to stuffing her face on camera. This person is just extremely trashy all around, from her rhetoric to just her personality, just nasty person. And why is it that these people from the LA streamer clique and these Hassan groupies, they're so excessive with how much they use the F word? Like every time I see a clip of these people, they're using it every other sentence or like multiple times per sentence. Like I said, it's just extremely excessive.
The ones I'm like whatever about the U.S. soldiers are the ones that like acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know back then. Whatever. You're a good person in my book. I'm like a Tom. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. So the U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like, fuck imperialism. Fuck this. You don't deserve the PTSD. But, like, any other motherfucker, you're joining them. You're like, oh, my God, I want my fucking Camaro. No student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is, Frogan is an extremely privileged person. But of course, you know, she's never going to want to face the facts of reality. We can see her delusional behavior continuing here, where, again, she can do no wrong, apparently. And she responds to Asmongold here and defends what she said about Ludwig. And even goes on to say that Ludwig didn't want to do charity for Palestine because it would upset some of his audience. Dude, he quite literally promoted the charity. He just didn't demand that people donate. I never thought I'd be defending Ludwig, but oh my gosh, that's how bad Frogan's points are. He literally said like, oh yeah, here's the charity, like think about donating. I'm just not going to force you. That's paraphrased, but more or less what he said.
So I personally donated 10K because I think it is worthwhile. And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate, but I won't throw it on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, anything more than that would have been him having to be like, oh no, guys, you need to donate to this. If you don't donate to this, just unsubscribe from my channel. You're all terrible people. You're literally Nazis. Apparently, that's what Frogan wanted and expected out of Ludwig. And then she goes on to talk about the PTSD clip and the rest of this damage control post. She says, as for the PTSD clip, I said even in the clip that I'm not talking about the people who regret their service or acknowledge their wrongdoings. I was talking about the people who gloat about killing Arabs, which you seemingly don't have an issue with. Well, according to my recollection of the clip we literally just watched, this was actually not a part of it. This is something she's adding on now just to try and bolster her argument and to try and make Asmongold look bad. But again, I don't think she said this in the clip. I mean, how pathetic is that? You're going to like suddenly add on to the clip now and like gaslight people about what you really said. That's how desperate she is. Asmon goes on to rebuttal her take and then says the blatant dishonesty is why everyone hates you. So yeah, that's enough of that. Oh my gosh, bro. One of the trashiest people I've ever had the misfortune of talking about on the internet. Just, oh my gosh. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one.